Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I've been seeing all your comments on TikTok asking me for reviews analysis for this one, so today, it's finally happening. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this exclusive discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Now let's not delay any further and jump right into the details.
Let's start by delving into the insights shared by our first reviewer.
This reviewer found this all-in-one printer to be simply amazing, especially for its intended purpose of creating high-quality photos. Our client primarily uses this device for printing images in both color and black and white and reports that the quality is stunning. Interestingly, the results are just as good as a previous, more complex 8-color system they used, despite this new machine having only a 6-ink system. The most significant advantage, however, is its economy. The ink tanks are massive and the refills are very affordable. This client has printed well over 150 large, full-page photos and has barely made a dent in the initial ink supply, a feat that would have been incredibly expensive with a traditional cartridge-based model. Getting this photo printer up and running was straightforward. Our reviewer noted that installing the ink is foolproof, as the bottles are specifically keyed to fit only the correct tank, refilling in just seconds. The rest of the process involved a simple software download and a quick calibration. A small adjustment to the default print density was needed to achieve ideal results, a common step when dialing in a new device. This client found it works exceptionally well with the manufacturer's own ProLuster paper, but also achieves breathtaking results with other professional-grade papers, producing deep blacks and incredible color depth with the right settings. Of course, this all-in-one isn't perfect. A reviewer points out that it prints quite slowly, so patience is required, but the results are well worth the wait. It also lacks an automated paper feeder for scanning or copying, requiring each sheet to be placed on the glass by hand. This, along with a print size limit that prevents larger format work, are considered minor drawbacks. Ultimately, this client gives this printer a very high recommendation, confident that anyone looking for exceptional photo quality with economical ink usage will not.
Let's start with our first reviewer's experience.
This reviewer, who is launching a small business selling art prints and stickers, found themselves in need of a reliable new printer. After some research, our reviewer settled on this particular brand over a competitor, influenced by a perceived higher quality look and feel, as well as online chatter suggesting parts were easier to find for repairs. The aesthetic appeal, while a minor point, played a part in swaying the decision toward this more luxurious-looking machine. The main dilemma came down to choosing between this all-in-one device and another, more widely recommended printer-only model popular with artists. The deciding factor was the integrated scanner, a feature essential for digitizing traditional artwork which this client needed. However, this choice came with a significant compromise that led to a bit of regret. This printer has a smaller maximum print size compared to the other option. For anyone who doesn't need to scan, the other tried-and-true model might be the better choice for its larger format capabilities. A major advantage that solidified the decision was the inclusion of refillable ink tanks. For a small business conscious of running costs, the long-term savings on ink were a huge draw, especially when compared to cartridge-based systems. When it comes to print quality, this client admits they aren't an expert but are very satisfied. The results are on par with, or even better than, prints ordered from online services, which is more than enough for their customers. While they can't speak to the archival longevity of the inks, the immediate visual quality is excellent. Ultimately, despite the limitation on print size, this device is considered a fantastic starter printer for an emerging art business. It strikes a great balance between functionality, cost-effectiveness, and quality, serving as a perfect workhorse until the business grows enough to justify an upgrade.
Excellent. Let's find out what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer initially had a pretty negative experience with this color printer, especially when it jammed after a few months. Getting through to a real person in customer support felt like navigating a maze of automated responses, which was frustrating, especially since it was still under the original 1-year warranty. This client eventually managed to connect with someone, and instead of attempting repairs, they offered to replace the whole printer after verifying the purchase. There were some snags with email addresses and contact information, but ultimately everything was resolved. Initially, this user suspected the printer might have been designed to fail, but later reconsidered this theory. Someone suggested trying to dislodge the blockage with a piece of cardboard, which unfortunately made the problem worse. Then, they discovered that gently sliding a credit card in the opposite direction actually removed the obstruction. Some online guides recommended completely disassembling the printer, but this reviewer strongly advises against it, as it's unnecessary and could potentially cause more damage. What really turned things around was the warranty experience. Our reviewer admits to usually disliking warranties, but in this case, the company delivered. With the original warranty about to expire, they purchased the extended 4-year warranty, which includes coverage for accidents and general wear and tear. This warranty will even apply to the replacement printer. The company provides a prepaid shipping label for the return of the old printer once the new one arrives. The client also expressed gratitude for the company's helpful support and wished they had local repair shops.
That's it for this one. If you found this helpful, tap that like button and subscribe for more. Got thoughts? Questions? Let's talk in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.